Hi everyone, and welcome to Being a Witch 101, the elements, air. I have no script and no idea what I'm going to talk about today, so we are just going to wing it and you're going to witness me full channeling everything. First, I want to start off with there are 5 perceived elements in every version of witchcraft: earth, water, air, fire, and spirit, which is also referred to as ether. I will be doing a short series on earth, water, air, and fire, and if you want to learn anything more about spirit or ether, you can go ahead and decide to take Kabbalah from me or work with me in the long term. Today we are going to be talking about air. Air is the element of the mind. It is freedom. Just that. Freedom. Total detachment, total renunciation, total elemental unmatter. It is the ability to destroy, take away anything that matters. It's the ability to absolve yourself and turn into nothing. Air. It is static. It does not move. It is always present. It is quiet, non-abrasive. Air. Most of my shaman journeys are spent either doing deep meditation or sometimes getting high on pot. And sometimes my logical brain does not know when to stop and stop imprisoning myself into little boxes. It does not know how to perceive and analyze the metaphysical world versus the matrix world. The element of air is the element of freedom, detachment. And in that space, you can go, it does not matter. This is the ideal that almost every monk ascribes to. It does not matter. High intelligence. The ability to say, it does not matter, you will be able to create again or create something new. Air is both non-judgmental and non-emotional. It's the ability to intellectualize without emotional attachment. And when you can intellectualize and find an answer without any emotional attachment whatsoever, it is both sterile, but also can be quite effective. In the tarot, there is the Three of Swords, which sits at the right brain in Bina. And the Three of Swords looks like 3 swords going into a heart. But what this really means is this. Most people think of this as suffering or heartache, which it can be. But what this really means is the ability to detach from an emotional pain and move forward in the right capacity. So that even though it might hurt somebody's feelings, or it might be against normal human capacities, you are able to produce and work effectively. So I just want you to practice this. I am free. I am detached. Now the psychics can start seeing the air coming through my body and my hands. But what that really does is it cuts cords very quickly so that when you get bogged down in heavier energies, you go, air. And you can feel the air coming through. Obviously, air is not coming out of my heart, if you can actually see energy frequencies, but air is all up here. Be a breath of fresh air. You know, in a room when they say you can cut the energy with a knife, air is what can go and everything's fine. Fire is just going to suck all the oxygen out of the room. A lot of people love using fire. They love using the divine violet flame. They love like burn it, transmute it. But the reality is it's the air that actually gives people room to breathe. So it's like, I can be intelligent. I provide the space for other people to be intelligent. That provides oxygen. That provides air. So never be afraid of your intelligence. Never be afraid of your sophistication, because what you're gonna do is you're going to allow other advanced, highly intellectual people the ability to think wisely and accurately, even if it hurts other people's feelings. And that is something that needs to happen right now. People need to start making wiser decisions instead of decisions just based purely off of guts and emotions. Speaking of that, so I teach Kabbalah, and in Kabbalah we cover the elements, the first parts, the first couple classes of the tree. And before my very first class, I make everybody watch Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. To me, this is 40 hours of teaching material and downloads and special magic that's actually quite sacred and intelligent, and teaches people how to connect to these elements and energies. It may or may not actually contribute to reconnecting these people, but through the element of air, they are receiving downloads and subconscious directions of like what each element represents and stands for. And in the Avatar: The Last Airbender, they talk about the element of air as being the element of the monks that will sit in the clouds, free from life, and totally detached from the regular world. This is everything. This provides your head with clarity to be able to create something that you would like to create. This is also the element of the Fool. The Fool in the tarot card sits from the crown chakra to the left brain. So through the element of air, it's just pure God's high intelligence coming through, which is the ability to create and discreate at the same time. If you wanted a crystal to connect to when you're talking about the element of air, we're talking about aziztulite. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not, but it is the ability to reach in the highest of the realms of the tree, or the highest of the divine energies, connects the air frequencies, and both create and discreate at the same time. The numerology is 0. It is both nothing and something at the same time. Pure potentiality. Blank slate. Air. So today we start with air. And the next video that I will cover will be a meditation, healing, magic, guided magic to reconnect you to that element deeply within all of your bodies, or most of your bodies, in your higher subtle bodies and even your lower physical bodies. One of the great things about with me is I have done heavy shamanic training work, working with the lower physical bodies, but also with the higher astral and higher subtle bodies as well. And so when I'm leading connections and meditations, I'm working on a deeper cellular level, a high mental level, higher astral planes, and you're also to your divine bodies too. But the reality is, you probably are not going to be attracted to this video if your higher divine bodies are not in alignment. So I wish you all good well, and have a nice day.